located deep within the mountainous heart of Guizhou province in China. A breathtaking engineering miracle rises up to pierce the swirling clouds above. You are looking at the magnificent Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge, which, as of its completion in September 2025, proudly stands as the absolute highest bridge in the entire world. The bridge deck hangs at a staggering height of 625 meters directly above the rushing Baipan River, an elevation that is significantly taller than many of the world's most famous skyscrapers. Spanning an impressive total length of 2,890 meters, this massive structure conquers a deep canyon that once made travel across this region nearly impossible for the locals. Its colossal central main span stretches out for 1,420 meters, suspended effortlessly in thin air by the immense strength and durability of modern steel engineering. Before the steel giant existed, crossing this treacherous canyon took drivers over 2 hours on winding, narrow, and incredibly dangerous mountain roads. Today, that once arduous journey is miraculously reduced to just 2 minutes of smooth driving, representing a monumental triumph of modern connectivity and infrastructure. But this structure is not just a road for cars. It is a tourist destination, featuring a thrilling glass walkway and a sky cafe nestled high in the clouds. However, the idea of building here, amidst high winds and incredibly complex geology, seemed like an impossible task to many experts. How exactly did they manage to build the world's highest bridge in just 3.5 years? This is the incredible story of the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge. The construction journey begins back in early 2022, where the terrain is incredibly steep, completely uneven, and utterly unforgiving to any heavy machinery. The engineers immediately face a critical and difficult problem. The canyon walls on either side are not symmetrical, complicating the design significantly. Standard traditional foundations simply will not work in this unique location, so the engineering team must innovate and create a new solution. They decide to design asymmetrical foundations, where one side will dig deep into the mountain rock, while the other will rely on massive concrete weight. On the steeper side of the gorge, workers begin the grueling and dangerous task of excavating a tunnel anchorage that is deeply embedded in the solid rock. This excavated tunnel must hold the immense tension of the main suspension cables, meaning that structural failure is absolutely not an option here. On the opposite bank of the river, a completely different strategy is employed as a massive gravity-based anchorage is carefully prepared. This massive foundation requires a staggering pour of 160,000 cubic meters of concrete to ensure stability against the elements. It acts as a gigantic counterweight, holding the bridge down firmly against the relentless forces of gravity and the high canyon winds. Construction work continues tirelessly around the clock because the foundation is the true root of the bridge's enduring strength. Thousands of tons of heavy steel rebar are woven together into complex cages by the skilled hands of the workers. The concrete pours are massive in scale, requiring precise temperature control to prevent any dangerous cracking from occurring during the curing process. By the middle of 2022, the massive anchorages are finally taking shape, and the bridge has established a firm foothold in the canyon. Now the construction team must go up as the construction of the main vertical towers begins to rise from the earth. These towering concrete structures will soon become the magnificent gateways to the sky above the canyon floor. The towers are designed to reach incredible heights, standing at 262 meters and 205 meters tall respectively, to bridge the gap. They use an advanced hydraulic climbing system, so the factory effectively moves upwards along with the rising tower structure. Section by concrete section, these massive giants rise steadily from the depths of the canyon floor towards the sky. The higher they build into the air, the stronger and more dangerous the canyon ones become for the workers involved. Safety is paramount at this altitude, so every worker is securely harnessed as they work hundreds of meters in the air. The towers are actually hollow, reinforced concrete structures, specifically designed to flex slightly in the high winds without breaking. By early 2023, the towers have grown so tall that they pierce right through the cloud layer and stand above the mist. In April 2023, construction officially begins on the critical upper transverse beam connecting the two main columns. This massive steel beam connects the two tower legs together, providing essential structural stability to the entire tower assembly. The scale of the project is immense, and from this height, the river below looks like a thin ribbon of water. Across the gorge, the second tower, standing 205 meters tall, also finally reaches its peak height completion. Precision is key in this process, as the towers must be perfectly vertical to within millimeter accuracy to ensure structural integrity. The structural gateways are now complete, but the vast void between them remains empty and open to the air. The iconic bright red finish is applied to the top of the towers, signaling readiness for the next critical phase of construction. How exactly do you get the very first rope across such a massive 1,400-meter gap without dropping it? In the past, engineers used rockets or helicopters, but today they use advanced heavy-lift drones for this task. This specific process is known as the pilot cable installation phase, a crucial first step in connecting the two sides. A lightweight yet high-strength pilot line is securely attached to the heavy-lift drone before it takes flight. The drone flies autonomously across the gap, battling the unpredictable canyon drafts along the way to the other side. Success is achieved, and the two sides of the canyon are physically connected for the very first time in history. The pilot line pulls a slightly thicker cable across, which in turn pulls an even thicker one across the gap. This process repeats over and over again until the heavy hauling cables are firmly in place across the canyon. Workers begin to install the catwalk, which is a temporary wire mesh path suspended high in the sky. It creates a working platform for the main cable installation, but it is certainly not for the faint of heart. The suspended catwalk perfectly follows the curved shape that the main cable will eventually take once installed. Now begins the main cable spinning process, where thousands of individual steel wires are needed to create the strength. A mechanical spinning wheel travels back and forth, laying wires parallel to each other endlessly across the span. Workers carefully bundle these individual wires into larger, stronger strands to create the main cable body. Day and night, the wheel runs continuously, and the cable grows to its massive final diameter over several weeks. Each separate strand must share the immense load equally to ensure the bridge's safety and longevity. These two main cables act as the spine of the bridge, capable of holding millions of tons of weight suspended in the air. Next, heavy steel cable clamps are installed at precise intervals along the main span to hold the suspenders.
This isn't manual labor. It is controlled by an advanced digital system. Real-time data ensures safe and millimeter precision. The steel truss segments arrive. There are 93 segments in total. The intelligent crane descends to pick up the first segment. Rigging is secured. The lift begins. Hundreds of tons of steel float into the air. The crane carries the load to the center of the span. High above, workers wait to guide it into place. The intelligent system allows for one-click hoisting and precise alignment. The first piece of the deck is secured. Piece by piece, the bridge deck extends. 93 segments, each one bringing the two sides closer together. The intelligent crane allows work to continue even in difficult weather. The canyon never sleeps. The deadline is approaching. By late 2024, the structure dominates the landscape.
Inside the truss, engineers inspect the welds.
January 17, 2025, the day of the final closure.
The final steel truss girder is lifted into position. The final steel truss girder is lifted into position.
It fits perfectly. The canyon is conquered.
The structure is complete. But the work is not done. The deck must be paved. Layers of specialized asphalt are laid to withstand the high-altitude weather. Smooth, durable, and ready for traffic.
Below the road, workers install the transparent glass walkway.
A feature designed for the brave. The tourism complex takes shape, turning the bridge into a landmark. The bridge is given a nervous system. Fiber optic sensors monitor tension and vibration in real time. Doppler LiDAR analyzes wind speeds to ensure safety. Final cosmetic touches are applied.
August 2025, the ultimate test.
A fleet of heavy trucks drives onto the span for the load test. Engineers monitor the bridge's deflection. The bridge holds the weight effortlessly. The test is passed. The bridge is ready for the world.
September 28, 2025, opening day! Officials declare the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge open.
The first travelers begin their crossing. What took 2 hours now takes 2 minutes. Remote communities are finally connected. Tourists flock to the glass walkway to test their courage.
A coffee break above the clouds.
A sightseeing lift offers the ultimate panoramic view.
Look at the scale of the main supports down there. The construction process is incredible.
As night falls, the bridge transforms. A beacon of light in the deep canyon. To lift the deck, engineers install a 4th-generation intelligent cable crane. Built by the hands of thousands of skilled workers. From a single bolt to a megastructure. Standing 625 meters tall. Taller than the Eiffel Tower. Taller than the Empire State Building. A marvel of the 21st century.
Changing lives for the people of Guizhou.
The machines leave, but the legacy remains. The Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge.
A symbol of ambition.
A shadow that proves what humanity can build. A proud achievement
in infrastructure.
From the asymmetrical foundations to the final sensor. This is how the world's highest bridge was built.
Thanks for watching.
In harmony